On Wednesday, February 11, 2026, a 22-year-old student accepted a ride worth just 33 rand. It will be the last trip of his life. His name was David Isaac Satlat. David Isaac Satlat was a young man far from home, a Nigerian national living in South Africa. He was studying toward an automotive engineering qualification at the Technikon in Tshwane. He was 22 years old, a student, an aspiring engineer, and an e-hailing driver working to support himself. Like thousands of other young men across Gauteng, Isaac drove to survive, balancing textbooks and a steering wheel, lectures and late-night pickups. On Wednesday, February 11, Isaac accepted a ride request in Pretoria West. The fare, 33 rands. The passengers were identified as Dikele Dimpila, Khosietsane Machidi, and McLaren Moshwana. What began as an ordinary trip quickly turned into something far more sinister. Investigators allege that Isaac was murdered during that trip. His vehicle was stolen, his phone taken, his life ended over a ride cheaper than a fast food meal. Two suspects were arrested on Friday. The third was apprehended over the weekend. By Monday, February 16, 2026, all three appeared before the Pretoria Magistrate Court. They now face charges of murder, theft of a cell phone, and theft of the vehicle Isaac was driving. A court appearance marks the beginning of legal proceedings, but for Isaac's family, it marks the beginning of grief that will not end.
He's so
Isaac murder is not an isolated case.
E-hailing services company Bolt says that they are deeply saddened by the tragic incident at the Maponya Mall in which driver Mtokozizi Velase was brutally killed.
Across Gauteng, e-hailing drivers have reported escalating violence, ambush robberies, hijackings, kidnappings, and deadly attacks. In 2025 alone, multiple driver killings were reported in the province, with spikes during the festive season. In some instances, drivers were lured through legitimate ride requests only to be attacked at pickup or drop-off points. For many drivers, every notification is now a gamble. 33 rand, that was the value of the ride. But the real cost, a son, a student, a future automotive engineer. Isaac came to South Africa to build engines, to design machines, to build a future. Instead, he became another statistic in a growing list of e-hailing drivers killed while trying to earn an honest living. How many more drivers must die? Systems enough? Are law enforcement responses sufficient in non-hotspot areas? What responsibility do platforms carry when drivers are lured through their systems? For drivers operating at night in Pretoria West, Soweto and beyond, these are not policy debates, they are survival questions. David Isaac Satlat was 22 years old. He accepted the ride for 33 rands. On February 11, 2026, that ride ended his life. On February 16, his alleged killers stood in court, but justice, if it comes, will not bring him back.